over my destiny.
Turn my bags, turn in my keys, ready to move, not trying to be someplace to go. It's not for me, I can do better for me. No need to worry, no need to cry, for my destiny is do or die. But I won't be afraid.
All right. Yeah, that was better for me. My boy Nardo, all the way from OKC. Shouts out to him for doing his thing. He has been actually signed for some time now. I don't know if he's still signed with a label or if he's just doing this indie thing right now. I really don't know, but he's a very talented brother. He actually helped me out when I was on tour. He is a music mogul. When I tell you, he helped me out with chords that I didn't even know that I had inside of me. And we sat down in front of the piano and I was like, no, I can't do that. And he was like, yes, you can. And he went to hitting keys and I was like, I can't do that. And he was like, oh, yes, you can. And besides buying my house, that was the only other time that I think I've actually cried. Like, oh my God, what am I going to do? And that was doing the album. And he talking about blood, sweat, and tears. It was rough, but we pulled it on through and we finished the album. That was a great time in Oklahoma City, that 2 weeks, but it was great. But I just want to thank you all for tuning in. We are talking about love over 50. All right, so I'm going to go back to some of the comments. Promise you all I was going to read a few more of the comments. Alrighty, so Mr. Greg Thompson says, I don't want to fling, I want my roots. So I'm going to take that as a yes, I'm thinking. Trent Bonds, he says, could be alive for another 40, 50 years, so why not? So everything has been positive on the should you remarry after 50 side. So I think that's a good thing. Now, here's the scenario. You're over 50. You're a hot looking young thing. You know, and you meet a guy that's not so attractive, over 50, but he is the sweetest thing in the world. I mean, just compliment you as far as, you know, how he treats you. Do you, I guess the question is, over 50, do you settle? Or do you stick to your guns? Is there an age when you are just like, you know what, I'm older, I'm just going to settle for what I can take? Ladies, I guess I need a couple of ladies to hop on and let me know what you think. Are you settling over 50? Or are you just going to be like, no, I'm going to find that Mr. Right? And that's the one. I want 100%. I'm not taking 80. I'm not taking 70. I'm not taking 50. I want 100%. Or am I going to say, you know what, I'm over 50. He's nice. He may not have all this and that going on, but he's nice. He makes me happy. I'm at the point where we can be friends and we can live a good life together. I guess that's the question I want to know. Because I think now that I'll be 42 in a couple of months. No, a month. Whoop, whoop. Look at it. Won't he do it? I'll be 42 in a couple of weeks, actually. And I'm at the point that I don't really want to settle. I think I deserve to have the right person in my life. But when I'm 50, who knows what I might think. So if it is some ladies that's listening and you're over 50, are you willing to settle for happiness at that age? So let me see if I can get somebody to tune in with me and then just let me know what you're thinking. And we only have about 15 more minutes of the show. And I do thank you all for tuning in. Shouts out to Marty Teamer. Marty is one of my music engineers. Yeah. He's probably gonna kill me because he told me to stop saying his whole name. But shouts out to MTK or MKT, whichever you want to be labeled. But I've already put you out there, player. Shouts out to you. Okay, so Joanne seems to think that it's not a thing of settling once you're that age. It's all about happiness and if the person compliments you. I mean, but that doesn't really tell me what I need to know. So somebody else, come with me really quick and let me comment to me really quick and let me know, do you settle after 50 for happiness, or do you stick to your guns and say, no, I don't care how old I am, this is, it's going to be what it is? Okay, so Pamela says, after 50, you get to a point when you just want a companion and you just want that happiness. So it's not a thing of settling. It's all about being happy and finding the right companion. Okay, so that sounds a little better. I can deal with that. I can take that. I mean, even at 40, it's all about happiness and finding the right companion. But you don't want to be happy and you got Joe Blow that's doing God knows whatever, or you're stuck paying all your bills, and just because he makes you happy or maybe putting it down a certain way, you you got to be his mama and you got to build him up. Now that's a different ballpark. So I think at 50, are you just going to, let's just say, meet somebody that's young and turn around and you got to play the mama, the maid, the cook, and just because he make you happy, build him up? I think that calls for another show. Because women, now this is going to be my final word, and I got to get up out of here. Word of the wise to the women. We do this, and I was going to actually have the topic on this, but I don't want to do this show by myself. I want to interact with a male when I do this topic. We settle so quickly and so easily because our hearts override what's right. And we will know that it's wrong, and we will still settle for it. We can see all the signs of the picture, and we know that it's God forbidden wrong, and we'll settle. And what we'll do is set limits for ourselves, and those limits go over and over and over and over and over and over, and we're still settling for things, not only with our men but with our children, because we're so afraid that if we cut the ties that bind, we'll lose a relationship with that person. Ladies, you have to love yourself. And in the midst of sometimes loving yourself, that means you have to be a little bit selfish. Being selfish means knowing your worth, knowing how much you love you. So if not letting a person disrespect you or use you or lowering your standards, no. If that makes you selfish, some people may even call you a narcissist because you become hard. You become, you don't want to hear the whining. You don't want to hear the excuses. It rolls off you like water. You don't want to hear it. You become the superwoman of your life. You gain strength that you never knew you had. And you set a boundary and you keep that boundary. That's with your children. That's with your mate. That's with things in your life that you should not be doing, that you need to fix. We have to stop settling for things because we're comfortable in situations. We have to stop setting false dates for ourselves and not keeping them. Because life is too short. And it's only one person that can love you the way that you require to be loved. And that's you. That is my word of the day. And I know, guys, I don't have a PhD. I don't specialize, in anything other than I have lived a life for 41 years, and I have been around the block and back, and I have practiced self-love because I've had to learn how to love myself in so many ways. And even myself now, I talk to myself daily. Char, stop setting false dates for yourself and not keeping them. At some point, you have to set a realistic goal with people. And if that person or those people have not accomplished what you require of them, or, maybe I'm saying it in a harsh way, but it's time to cut the ties that bind and move on. That is my time, y'all. It is your girl, Char. One life, one love. Thank you all for tuning into the Evening Wind Down. I hope you guys tune in next week. If you have topics that you want me to touch on, please text me those topics. You can inbox me at Beautifully Beautiful on Instagram, Char Tyniska on Facebook, TyniskaTawan@gmail.com. Send me your music submissions, your letters. You can send those to my inbox on Facebook. And we're going to keep this thing rolling. It will get better. And I just want to thank you all. It is your girl, One Life, One Love, Char, the Super Chick, for the Evening Wind Down.
Come on over, relax and chill. It's the Char Show. Come on over, relax and chill on the Evening Wind Down. Come on over, relax and chill on the Char Show. Come on over, relax and chill on the Evening Wind Down. Come on over, relax and chill. It's the Char Show, the Char Show.